I've seen like we are having different pieces that we are concentrating on. We have seen the matured tomatoes. They are like of 3 to 4 weeks time. That's
1 month. They are 1
month. That was my expectation. Like we are concentrated on this piece of land. The other one was also F1. That's a good breed. Which kind of tomatoes are we planting here?
Again, we are going to plant Hanso here.
And why is it that you're giving it a time? Because they are going to be 1 month, like above this that we're just going to put up.
All we do that to target market. So that always and always we be in market. When the other one are being harvested, the other one these one are coming to harvesting, the other one are still in the bed. So at least to be with a constant supply always and always.
In our last time was project, we had intercropping, whereby we had the bananas and the green pepper and even the maize within the tomatoes. Are we also concentrating on the very practice like we did last time?
Here we are not going to use intercropping. Just basically the reasons why we used intercropping the other side or on the other last project, because we were not having a good source of water and we are going in the dry season. So we wanted at least those crops like the bananas and the maize to provide shades to the tomatoes prior within the dry season. But here, as we have showed you our mini dam there, here we're having water throughout. So no worry of dry season. That's why we went to do single cropping.
So the reason as why people do practice intercropping is to provide basically the shades.
It depends. Intercropping has a lot of advantages depending on what you want as a farmer. Some people do intercropping because they want to fix some nitrogen, because they want to get cover crops to control soil erosion. But for us, the reason as why we did intercropping the other side was basically for that reason over the dry season.
It was specific. Okay. I'm seeing our landscape is gently sloping. And the chances of soil erosion are very high to this piece of land. How are we going to control the erosion of the soil on this piece of land?
Actually, we are not going to experience soil erosion here, because basically the crops are going to be planted here in a dry season. So that's why we have not dug ridges here. And we are going to use overhead irrigation. So not flood irrigation that sweeps away soil. Here we're going to use sprinklers, as I told you.
So the use of the mini dam now comes in.
It comes in
because you are concentrating on this garden during a dry season. And this is a crop that is going to be looked at in a dry season. So which advice would you want to give like to a farmer who is going to see you like concentrating on a garden when the sun is really high and we are going to experience a lot of hot conditions within this garden?
The advice in terms of agronomy is one, that one I've already talked about when we are down there on the dam, that always and always a farmer should not base on rain-fed irrigation. So here the only overturning factor is water. That farmer should plan on the intervals of applying water in his or her garden and the quantity and the method to be used. For example, on this gently sloping land, and you have not dug some ridges, you need to use overhead irrigation, not flood irrigation, but overhead, because if you use flood irrigation, you'll find your soil down there.
You've talked of the Anso. Is Anso resistant to the dry seasons?
Yeah, of course, it is resistant.
Okay.
Yeah, it's resistant.